going back at it with another part. Let's get this done. Got off the highway. Or the
Why don't
Billy
you just take
Ash,
me back to Marlene?
the younger version.
She was up to the task. Why'd she drop you off on us?
Well, maybe she's better now.
Kid, I don't mean to upset you, but your friend's chances of survival weren't too high to begin with.
Oh, you kidding me? She was shot. She's gone.
It don't matter.
Hopefully.
Because I doubt I can get either one of us back into the city in one piece. Trust me. I wish there was some other option.
Yeah, drop you off like a fucking instant. Half of water. Or is that alcohol?
Oh, hey, buddy.
I can understand why people see nature as beautiful. I see it as the natural order of things, but at the same time, it's dangerous. Because I had my little encounters with wild animals. Both. Not in the woods, but like that I came into the city I was at. Ooh, I ain't playing with you. I am not playing with you. The amount of dogs that like came at me. The dogs that like I was walking down the street as a little kid and like fucking a wild dog just fucking came out and he just attacked me. It's been I counted up to like 8 times. 8 times that's happened from like my whole life.
Should we climb it?
No. Wire on the top, but we gotta find a way to go around.
I think
Oh, look.
last year I haven't been like going around dogs so much
Fireflies. I mean,
because
real fireflies.
I've been walking
Yeah, I
too
see
much.
it.
Back then I walked everywhere. And that's when I encountered all the dogs. But now I'm in my car, I'm driving home, I'm driving to work, I'm doing all that stuff, just driving. So I'm not really
I'll
like
get a look.
being around dogs. Ooh, look at that. So, but like in the last year, that was like 3 dogs that came at me. And one time there was 2 pit bulls that came at me. You know, I'll tell you guys the stories later, if I remember to tell them. Because god damn, that 2 pit bull story. Oh my god, I'm lucky I didn't get fucking annihilated. You've heard stories about like 1 pit bull like taking out somebody. This was 2 fully grown pit bulls that like their heads reached my hip, and they looked ready to fucking kill me. Buff as shit, walking tanks like magnums, as people would say. Dogs, these pit bulls are like walking guns they could pet. Dude, I got lucky. I might as well tell it. So what happened was this. I'm pretty sure are all gonna hate me for saying this, but I used to be a door-to-door salesman. Yes, I was that asshole.
You, Bill.
Who?
Where do you usually meet him?
Huh? Different places.
You've never been here, have you?
I know this is where he lives, but no, I ain't never been here personally.
And that smoke, you think that's him?
Sure as hell better be.
Well, let's go check it out then.
All right, come on.
So I was a door-to-door salesman, and if you know anything about door-to-door salesmen, they're those assholes who knock on your door like, "Hi, I like to talk to you about this subject or this program or this item that you would like to purchase," and they try to convince you to purchase it because it's in your best interest. I was one of those guys. I wasn't too good. I was only I think there for 2 months, and 1 month was when I had COVID, so I was like out of commission. So what happened was this. First month, no, it's my second week in, and I'm going door to door, and I decide, hey,
Down here.
I'm gonna go down this
Watch your
street.
step. It's a good drop.
I'm gonna go down this street, and there was there was a dude with me. I don't remember his name. I think his name was Brian. This dude Brian was on the other side of the street, and I was going down the street, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start on this part of the street, and you go all the way down the street, and you start there, and we'll converge in the middle." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds all right." I go down the street, and as I hit the corner house, I was like, "I'm gonna start on this house." I stepped 2 feet onto the sidewalk, and I was about to like enter into the gate. Like this house was pretty big. I think it was being repainted and like redone, and the gate was open, like fully open. The garage door, like it had a massive garage door. It was open too, and there was a back door to the garage, so I could see through the garage and into the backyard. And what I saw in the backyard were not two sleeping pit bulls. They weren't sleeping. They were up. By the time I saw them, they were up. I got 2 feet up. I saw the pit bulls, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then they saw me, and they came, fucking running. And I mean, like they came hard, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I backed up. I backed up onto the street. Thank goodness, like some car didn't come and hit me, because that would have been a perfect moment where like the car hits me, and the fucking pit bulls just take me out like fucking assassination. But no car hit me. I got onto the road, and these fucking pit bulls, one of them like came at me. One of them was a little bitch, but the other one came at me. He came at me, and he tried to bite my knee. Why I did it was because us door-to-door salesmen, we had a folder, which it's a binder. Pretty much, we have all the information that we're gonna tell you about, and then all the things we're gonna sell you. And then I was able to put the binder between where the dog was gonna bite me at the last second, and he tried to bite, but because like you can't bite like pretty much a wall, you can't bite that. He pretty much slipped off, but he still scraped my knee, and I was like, what the fuck? I was able to like throw him off, and the other dog was trying to get behind me.
What's the plan?
Shut up, Ellie. The other dog was trying to get behind me, and I was like, oh shit. And I was trying to make sure they're both in front of me, because if one gets behind me and one gets in front of me, they're definitely gonna fucking kill me. I thought about jumping onto a car next to me, but there was no fucking car next to me. And I was like, oh my god, I need to think of a way. And then at some point, I remember it was that fucking day that I decided to. No, it wasn't that I decided to. I was having a conversation with one of my other coworkers. They're talking about like, oh yeah, dogs. This is how like you tame dogs normally, or like you make them back down. You just, because we're bigger, the dogs see us as kind of stronger, and they're willing to fight you, but they're only willing to fight you if like you back down, if you like run away, and if you like you seem weak. But if you seem like you could take them on like confident, they'll back off. And I was like, I better fucking hope like that actually is true. And I stepped to the dogs, like one of them trying to get behind me. I was able to maneuver myself out of like getting pincered, and I got them both in front of me, and it was like a standoff. They're like, both of them were like looking at each other and looking at me, like at like trying to like pretty much attack me at the same time. But I was looking like I was about to fight them too, and so they started to back off, and I was like, oh shit. And I'm not playing around. These dogs were like massive, like walking built like bundles of muscle, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die if I fucking fight these two. I mean, like, I fought dogs before. I'm not playing with you. I fought dogs before. I've hit him with my feet. I've hit him with my bags. I almost had to stab a dog once. Yeah, I'm that violent. But these two dogs started back up, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I won. And then at some point, one of the dogs started barking like, "Arr, arr, arr," and then like they came at me again. I was like, oh shit. And then like I think I might have blanked out at that point, because they did back off finally. After they barked at me and they tried to come back at me, they just stopped, and then they went back. But like, you know, like going back home, but looking at me, and going back home, then looking at me, and they did that shit, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I almost fucking died. I mean, I could say if there was just one of them, no problem, I could take it on. I just get, you know, one big ass bite out of my forearm, and I'd win. I'd be able to kill it pretty easily. But two of them though, that's a different story. One of them, like I got like able to grab its neck and like snap it, but before like he could kill me. But two of them though, that's a different story. That's like getting jumped. You can fight one person, but you say there's two people, it's a different story. There's 4 fists. But I was able to live, and I was like, oh fucking crap, the dogs left. And I went back down that street, where my coworker was, and he was like, hey, way back. And I was like, I got fucking attacked. And he's like, what happened? And I was like, 2 fucking dogs, pit bulls, big ass things, like monster looking things. Don't go down there. They're fucking there. The gate's open, and they pretty much attack anybody. I wasn't even on the property yet. I got 2 feet onto the sidewalk, and they came fucking at me. Think about that shit. Think about you walking to school, and all of a sudden, like, as you're walking to school, 2 giant ass pit bulls just come out of the house, coming straight towards you. That shit was fucking ridiculous. But it was an amazing story. And he was like, what the fuck? And then we called the boss, and the boss came over. He's like, what happened? And I was like, fucking 2 dogs attacked me. And he was like, you're bleeding a bit. I'm like, I was like, I am. And I looked at my knee and I had jeans on, and my pant leg was like a little torn, like at the knee. It wasn't that bad, but it was a little torn, and there was like a little bit of blood. Like you see a tiny blood stain like coming out, and I was like, oh shit, he did get me. I thought the binder like completely stopped it, but it still somehow got me. And I was like, well, I guess I'm hurt. He's like, you could do for workers' comp, and I was like, workers' comp for this? I can still walk. But the pit bull, when he did like try to bite me and he bumped it into my folder, which I used as a shield. It actually did kind of fucking hurt. And afterwards, I was like, ow, my leg. He might not have bitten me, but he still like fucking tackled the shit out of my leg because he went head first. I remember that shit. He went head first. The other dog was being a bitch, and like, he was still staying back, more docile. Thank goodness. And I survived. That was one of the recent dog attacks. Ooh, goddamn. And at that point onward, I brought a knife with me everywhere, and I was like, next time, I'm fucking taking them out. I'm taking out any dog. I'll fucking slit his throat, put a knife in its head. I don't give a fuck, because I was even on its property and it still came at me. God damn, was that's horrible. And I even called you probably would be angry at this by me even saying it. I did call the fucking pest control, not pest control. It's like dog control. I don't know what it's called. Animal control. I called animal control and I said, hey, these dogs are out there. And I really do mean it, because if some little kid just started like walking by the street and he decided he wanted to grab like a piece of candy from the store, guess what? That kid's getting fucking killed. I've seen stories where like a kid like walking down the street and the kid gets fucking jumped by a dog, and the kid's face is all torn up and he has to like forever live with these massive scars on his face, or the kid just gets killed. So I was like, fuck that owner. I called them and they said, oh yeah, they'll take care of it. They'll see why it was out there and this and that. And I was like, okay, I don't care. I don't care what you do after that. I really don't care. If you decide you want to like take out the dogs, that's a you decision. I was just a victim of the consequences of that owner being a shitty owner and leaving that fucking gate open. God damn. I don't know what happened after that. I never went back because I didn't get fired. I quit. But at the same time, the business lost. It completely collapsed on itself. Oh, talking about that fucking company. God damn, was that company like, oh my god. I ain't playing with you. That company was terrible. It was like pure drama. You know, like those sitcoms like you see everywhere. Like it's absolutely fake. Like Scrubs. Like they're at a hospital, but they're like having fun with each other. This and that. That was like where I worked. That was like where I worked. All the people were fucking with each other. We hardly ever worked, and it was like high school. There was cliques. There was people there, people here, and it was just fucking. To me, it was like absolutely disgusting to me, because people were sleeping around with each other, and it wasn't like oh, we sleep around with each other and then we just like we don't talk about it as we work, or we do talk about it but we don't talk about it in just like a weird way. No, they slept with each other and then they started to like shit talking each other behind each other's back. I was like, what the fuck is with you guys? God damn, I stay away from most of them, and that was a horrible time. I never want to have a job like that again. But I fought off 2 dogs, and I was able to make them back the fuck up with pure manliness and testosterone. Oof. Damn. That was an insane day. Let's get back to the game. Sorry about going off on that story, but I wouldn't say that's a big moment in my life, but that was a moment where I understood how to take on dogs now. It's in here somewhere. We're going. No.
Stick with me.
Oh, never mind. Please don't do it all over again. But anyways, That is what happened, and I was like, God damn.
Jesus, Joel.
What? Oh, no! Game! No, don't fuck me! Ah, I was like, game, please don't fuck me. Bend me over backwards and say, like, you're my boy. I have a lot of stories like that. I ain't playing. I actually have a lot of fucking stories like that. And I was like, God damn. And I've told stories about, like, I told a couple people about that story and they just didn't believe me. I was like, you gotta believe me, man. You gotta believe me. I'm not lying to you. I swear I ain't. What do I gain from lying? Well, it seemed a little bit more cool. I don't care about being cool. I care about, like, telling the, like, my story where I was a badass, by the way. It was a cool day in my life. But it was better if it just didn't happen.
Wait a second.
That fucking day was like terrible.
Are you all right?
I'm trying to learn how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle.
Well, does it sound like I know how to whistle?
Fucking stupid. I know the whistle just a bit. Just a bit. Not too much. More supplements. Get my weapon sway down.
Through here.
Oh, that's everything around here. That job. God damn. Okay, so let me tell you about that job. That, like, I was like, oh my god, it was like high school. So the way I got that job was through my sister, actually.
Shit. It's jammed from the other side.
Here, boost me up.
Sure.
No, that's not such a good idea.
Well, I can't boost you up. How else are we gonna open it?
Good idea. Anyways, my sister got me that
Your
job
foot.
because I just turned 18. I'm
just
just
open it.
like, I can barely talk. I think I talk too much.
Nothing else.
Okay, I'm back. Hopefully my voice doesn't sound as shit.
Careful.
The way I got that job was from my sister. From my sister, and I just turned 18 at that point, and I was looking for a job that I could be able to do.
Ta-da!
Good job.
At that point in my life, I didn't know. I pretty much had nothing on my resume, and I was just looking for any job that'll take me because I knew how to do construction and, like, you know, shit like that because of how I grew up.
So let's say we get a
What I
call
did,
from
I was
a buddy
younger?
of yours. Then what?
Well, then we go find Tommy.
Marlene said he's your brother?
And more importantly, he was a firefly. He know where to take you.
Okay.
He lives far from here, which is why we need the car.
Hey, look! Gnomes.
Yeah, those are gnomes.
Man, I had an art book filled with these. I always thought they were super cute. Not fairies, though. They creep me out.
All right, Ben.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if I should just, like, talk over these characters or just, you know. But I had a job experience towards a lot of shit, but it was all towards construction. I was looking for any job to, like, start paying bills and shit. Because I was responsible, I had to start paying bills and shit, and I was just looking for a way to get money. Because the job I had before that was kind of under the table. I was working as
Did you play this before?
No.
I was working as a ice cream.
But I had a friend
person.
that knew everything about this.
I worked as I don't even know what the fuck to call it.
There's this
I just worked at ice cream
character
place.
called Angel Knives who'd... What was it? She'd punch a hole through your stomach before kicking your head off.
So I got that job and I was like, oh shit, okay, this is my first job. My first job on paper, so I need to, like, you know, be presentable so I can put on my resume later on. And as I was getting there, I got there and I met the dude who didn't own it, but he was like the boss of the place. This dude was disgusting. He looked fat. He was fat as fuck. He looked snobbish. But at the same time, he looked like he was unkept. I don't know how to explain it. It's just that he looked disgusting, and I don't mind talking about him behind his back. Not even behind his back. He knew straight up how much I didn't like him. Not when I worked there, but like afterwards.
Mandatory.
After I left, I was all about like talking shit to him.
Where?
What do you think? Quarantine zone. See, some places got a heads up before the infection showed up. Most didn't.
Man, must be hard. Just leaving all your stuff behind like that.
That ain't the hard part.
The first time, my
Bill's
first day there.
handiwork.
My first day I was there.
As far as I know, it's just him.
I'm sorry, it's just so hard to talk over these people, over the game. My first day, I decided I was gonna be presentable. I went there, I did the whole entire thing, and as they were like, you know, like saying who's who and like what their idea is, how to sell things. It was this one dude's turn, and
Fireflies were everywhere, huh?
he said an idea about like not being manipulative when he sold these
the
things.
country to what it was.
Well, with a vaccine, maybe they will.
Maybe.
But this dude was saying he doesn't want to be manipulative when he like be forceful with it, and the boss, the dude who I don't like, he was like, if you don't like the way we work, then get the fuck out of here. Like he just got angry at this dude, and the dude talked back just a little bit, and the boss got even angry. He was like, he just got even angry, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And at some point, the worker like backed down, and the boss was like, yeah. So he made an offhand comment like, if you're not able to do this job,
Jesus,
don't even come to work. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the hell was that?
that would be one of Bill's traps.
Your friend a bit paranoid, maybe?
That's putting it lightly.
That's not paranoid, man. That's
What's
bombs.
the deal with this guy?
Well, he helped us smuggle stuff into the cities. He knows how to find things.
Well, let's hope we don't blow up trying to find him.
Just watch your step, you'll be fine. There you go.
Oh man, you gotta teach me how to do that.
Yeah, and then the day after, I came back the next day, and it turns out the dude quit. The worker who got like yelled at pretty much. He just flat out quit, and he was like, I had enough of this place. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Well, I don't care too much. Can I deactivate this?
See that wire?
Take it.
Stay underneath it, okay? Just keep your head low and you'll be fine.
All right. Jeez, Bill good with a bow?
I reckon he is.
Oh, such a fucked up day. And then we took vans to like get to every location, like certain location in the like the residence, and then from there we go house to house. In the van, they packed like 9 of us, and it's a pretty big van. They packed us in there, and then we just it was my first day, and like most people were like just talking to me, like they weren't calming down my nerves, but they were just like talking to me. For me, I was like, this is my first job, sure, but at the same time, I didn't really give two shits about it. I really did not care at all.
Yeah. Look at that.
Let me use that. I'm a pretty good shot with that thing.
How about we just
Nope.
leave this kind of stuff to me?
Well, we could both be armed. Cover each other.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Even I gotta say no. But yeah, sorry about being so scatterbrained. It's kind of hard to talk about it while playing the game. But yeah, like they just talking to me. I calmed down my own nerves, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta like
All right.
they're just still training me. A weekend, like they're training me, and I was like, okay, this is how you do it. And then I got my first sale because we were selling solar panels, and I got my first sale, and like people weren't jealous actually. They're just like, oh, good job. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. They're not assholes. They're like, you sold something already? Psh. Well, you just got lucky. I was like, thank goodness they didn't do that shit because I'm a little aggressive. If you can't tell, I'm aggressive at the same time. I try not to be.
Shit. Let's give this baby a whirl.
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
The shit ain't
Now
broken.
listen. Bill ain't exactly the most stable of individuals. So when we get there, you let me do the talking. You understand?
I understand.
We gotta be clear on this. He don't take too kindly to strangers.
All right.
Bill's a good guy. He just definitely needs some time warming up to you. So
That's a wire right there.
Shit, you're gonna go in there?
I want to see what we can find.
You're gonna find my body when I die from a heart attack.
Don't worry.
Nah.
I got this.
Fight. What's going on, bro?
That thing scared the shit out of me.
Well, while we're here, let's search the place.
Where the fuck did the brick go? Rachel wrote note to Rachel. Soldiers are going door by door, force people onto the buses. I hear yelling of a couple buildings down. Time's running out. I try to call in waiting. I don't know what to do, but I can't wait anymore. I've thrown most of our stuff into a couple of suitcases. I've been waiting for you in the quarantine zone. Come find me. I'll see you soon. Ezra.
You think they ever found each other?
Nope.
How would I know?
But goddamn, but that job I was at, it was terrible. The boss tried to make us use manipulation tactics to like get more sales. Well, let me just pause it because this is what happened. As time went on, my sister, she worked there as well. She got me the job there. She worked closely with the boss. She was one of the sellers, the people who sold it. I just like introduced the seller. So my sister was one of the sellers, and she was one of the best ones. And the boss, I noticed that the boss was always kind of like weird in like a creepy way. I noticed that a lot when he would. So we drive to the location, and like we separate from there. When we drove to the location, he always drove his own car, and most of the time he would take someone with him, and it was almost always a girl. And then afterwards, I talked to some of the girls, and I was like, "Oh, you drive with the boss? How was that?" He didn't like threaten you, like do your job right. And I was like, "Did he do? How was it?" And they're like, "It was nice. It was nice. Like really like they didn't mean it." And I was like, what the fuck? That doesn't sound right. You make it sound like that was terrible. She's like, "Oh no, it's just it was weird. He just kept talking about money and how much money he had, and like how much his success he was compared to his brothers, even though he came from like nothing." And I was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yeah." He was just bragging the whole time, and I was like, "Oh, well." Well, he if he does have money, he does have money, but like bragging does make you look like pretty much like a dick. So I was like, "Oh, if that's how his way of like the side effect of him gaining success, then it's a small side effect." And she was like, "Yeah, it is." And then I heard it from every single fucking girl that like went with him, every single woman that went with him. And then I was like, "Okay, it's a pattern." And it seemed like this dude was like trying to like convince the girls that he was like the best out there. And then at some point, my sister tells me, "Yeah, he's been getting really chummy with me. He's been like trying, like get me to like do a lot of favors for me, and I've been comfortable with it." I was like, okay, I might talk to him. And then the next day happened, and it was a day that it was just terrible. No sales, no nothing, and all of us were like packed into the van, and we're just waiting on him to like give us our next move. Give us our next move. And I was like, okay, I'll just stay here. And we're out there for 2 hours just sitting there. I was like, where the fuck is this asshole? And then at one point, my sister, like, she drove up and to all of us, and I went to her. I was like, "Hey, yo, where's the boss?" And she's like, "I don't know. I don't carry it anyways." And then me and her talked a bit about like the job and like if it was good or not. And I told her like, "Yeah, I don't feel good about this job. Something doesn't feel right." And she's like, "Yeah, something doesn't feel right." The thing is, the boss, it was like a couple days. It was February. It was a couple days till like Valentine's Day, and the boss decided he told my sister, to, not to, but he told my sister, hey, I, because we're working on Valentine's Day, I want us to have a meeting. And my sister was like, okay, a meeting. Okay, sure. You want me to text everybody else? And he's like, no, it was just going to be you and me. And my sister was like, what the fuck? And she was like, are you sure you don't want to bring anybody else? Because, it should be a meeting for everybody. And he was like, no, it's just you and me. We'll go get food. And my sister was like, oh, okay. And then she told me that, and I was like, this motherfucker. And I actually wasn't angry. I know I should have been, but I wasn't angry. But I told her, I was like, don't go with him. And she's like, yeah, I wasn't gonna go with him anyways. Yeah, he wanted to do it like later in the day, like at 5, like almost at night. And I told her, yeah, don't go. Just tell me you had something to do. And pretty much that's a lot what happened. And I was like, what the fuck? I knew that he was trying to like put moves on my sister, and I knew my sister was very uncomfortable with it because she didn't like him too much. And like, from what she told me, he was always being cocky with everything he was saying. He said he knew the best way. He knew how to do that. He had all the money. He had the best looks. He had the best personality. He could take care of people. And I was like, yeah, this dude's really trying to like. It's pathetic, but like he's trying to make his own harem. And I was like, yeah, that's what this dude's trying to do. And I was like, yeah, and he tried to get my sister into it. I'm about to talk to him. And then I got COVID. Like I came down with COVID, and I was like, fuck. And I decided, I was like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta go home. I don't want to get people infected. Even though like I knew it wasn't gonna affect me, because it didn't. It gave me a headache, and that was it. I knew it wasn't gonna affect me, but it could affect everyone around me, and I was around like 50 people a day, even more. So I was like, I'm not gonna do anything that could get people killed because of my actions. So I decided to quarantine myself in my room. And I stayed there for a month. And I was going crazy. I ain't playing with you. Me being in quarantine, I was going crazy. That's a story for another day. At some point, as I was quarantining myself, my sister was telling me all these stories that was happening at work. And I was like, what the fuck's happening out there? And she was like, everybody's leaving. In the beginning, we had like over 30 people. 30 people that go out into neighborhoods and try to sell things. When I went into quarantine, there was like 25. And then after that, I decided to like come back. My sister was telling me, people after people were getting we're just leaving, and people were getting fired too. And I was like, what the fuck's happening back there? And she's like, I don't know. But at some point, she's like, I think the boss is racist. And I was like, what? I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. At one point, she said, at one point, like, he was like, we're talking about, like, people to get rid of, like, the people who, like, who aren't doing anything. And my sister said, like, oh, yeah, the people who don't bring in any leads. I was like, what most of the people were there for, to find a lead, then, like, give it off to the seller so she could sell it, or he could sell it. And she was like, yeah, the people who don't get any leads. And he's like, oh, yeah. The boss was like, yeah. That's a good idea. And then at some point, he's like, isn't Tyrone, he doesn't get that many leads? And then my sister was like, yeah, he doesn't get any leads. Yeah, it was a black dude. This is important. I just don't want to be like, oh, he's a black dude. Yeah, it's just so you know. So he's like, that Tyrone guy, he doesn't get any leads. And my sister was like, yeah, he doesn't. And then he was like, yeah, and then Elizabeth and Emily and Marcus, they don't get any leads too. And my sister was like, that's all the black guys. That's all the black people. All of them. All 4 of them, actually. And then he was like, oh yeah, and then the April girl. And my sister was like, that was the 5 black people. And my sister was friends with one of them. Her name was April. She was going through some issues at that time, and she was bringing in leads, but she wasn't bringing in good ones. And it was all right. That job was shitty anyway. And my sister said, like, that was all the black people. And I was like, God damn. and he didn't see an issue with it. And I was like, yeah, that is bad. And I was like, but the two of those black people, they were bringing in leads. They're bringing in good ones. One of them had a sale last week, and she was like, yeah, and he wanted to fire them because he wanted to make room for people, so the business could last longer. And I was like, this dude's racist. This dude's racist. And she was like, he is. He is. As she even said, like, at some point, like, when she was in the car with him because she needed to talk to him, he said the N word with the hard R, like full on hard R, and I was like, what the fuck? This dude said it, and she's like, yeah, like she said it when a guy cut him off, and he saw he was a black dude, and she said that, and he said that, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was a bunch of issues like that. It wasn't just that. It was like nepotism. No, it was like the people who grouped up around him, the people who because I wasn't around him too much. I was partly around him, and the other people who were around him, they always like hyped him up. He was like, oh yeah, you're really good. You're this, you're that, you're that, you're this, and I'm pretty sure that made him feel really big. And at some point, he started, like, the boss had a group around him. There was like 5 people around him, and all of them just like did exactly as he said, and like, praised him every once in a while. And at some point, I was like, fuck this. I came back after COVID, like, I felt it came out of my system, and I was like, okay, it's time to go back to work. This is month 2. I was there for only 2 months. It was month 2. I came back one day. I came back and there was 7 people. It started with 30, and when I went for COVID, I left for COVID. There was 25, and I came back. There was only 7, and I was like, where the fuck is everybody? And then one of the dudes like, it happened, man. A lot of people just fucking left. Yeah, I was like, god damn. And we went out to like get leads, and I went to the field, and I was walking with this one dude because he decided he was gonna quit that week, and it was Friday, and he was like, I'm gonna quit today. I'm just gonna like pretend to work, and then I'm just gonna like not come to work anymore. And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then as I was talking to him, the more I saw the futility of this job, I was like, how terrible the job it was, and like I was getting more annoyed. I was like, the fuck is with this job? Like, something doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel fucking good. Normally when I do jobs, I'm satisfied with my work, but every single time I even talked to anybody, it made me sadder and sadder, and it made me like not feel good. I was like, I was just uncomfortable like with doing this, and I was at some point. When I first got there, he told me to pretty much manipulate people into buying it, and I was all about it for a bit, and then I reflected on it, and I was like, hold on. I've lived my life through a system of ways of being a good person, but also having it my way. And if I decided to be manipulative, I would get my way, but I also would lose being a good person because I would be selling people what could be a life-changing decision with their money. So I decided to not be manipulative. I decided to just tell them the truth, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is how much it costs. This is probably how it's going to affect you. This is and that. And I hardly got any sales. I think I only got like 2 of them or 3 of them my 1 month working there. And I just didn't like it. And at some point I was like, you know what? I'm quitting this job today. I was like, I'm quitting this job in 2 weeks. I'm quitting this job in the same day. I was like, I'm quitting this job in 2 weeks. I'm quitting this job in a week. I'm quitting this job in 3 days. I'm quitting this job today. I'm quitting this job right now. And I was like, oh my fucking god. And then someone came to pick us up, and pretty much it was the end of the day. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I ain't going to work anymore. And then that day, my sister came in, and she was like, I fucking hate that job. I hate this. And she all her pent up like frustrations came out, and she was just ranting to me. And she's like, I fucking hate that dude. This is and that. Like, he tried to go out on a date with me. I'm a piece of shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And then like, pretty much she was telling me all about the boss. And at some point, I was like, you know, I had enough of this. And then I didn't tell him like straight up. I wanted to. Okay, this is what happened, and I'm really ashamed of myself because I should have gone one more day. What I did was this: my sister, she knew that I wanted. This is how the events. I from my experience in my life, I knew this guy was gonna like punch me and fight me if I even said anything. This was my plan. I was supposed to go up there another day, like pretty much talk shit in front of his in his face when we're all having a meeting, talk shit to him, tell everybody they're a fucking loser who grouped up around him, and then leave. I was gonna say like, all you guys are just following him just because he gives you a fuck ton of money, and he's a piece of shit, and you're pathetic for trying to, like, get with my sister, you fucking ugly ass motherfucker. Like, talk shit like that. And I was hoping, my idea was, he's probably gonna be very fucking angry, and then he's gonna try to, like, hurt me. And he's one of those type of people who would try to hurt you. And I wanted him to, like, punch me, so I could be like, it's assault. I'm suing your ass. And I get fucking money. I get money, and I'm happy now. I wasn't able to do it. My sister's like, I told her my plan, how I was going to go about it. I wasn't going to fight back. I was going to let him beat the shit out of me. It'll take away some of my dignity. But at the same time, that money would help me and my family. I ain't give a fuck. And my sister, like, I told her the plan. She got angry. She was like, you motherfucker. And I was like, hey, it's my idea. Let me execute it perfectly. And she grabbed me and she was like, you piece of shit. You don't do that type of shit. And I was like, why? It's just, the bumps will heal. Nothing's bad's gonna happen. And she's like, no, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. And then after like a 30-minute conversation, and I was like, fine, I'm not doing it. But I still wanted to do it. But I wasn't able to because my sister got angry at me. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I'm not gonna do it. You got me that job. I'll listen to you this one time. And then I got another job. And I decided to. I had the boss's number, and I decided, like, you know what? I'm still gonna tell him shit. If I can't say it in his face, I guess at least say it in the text message. So I was like, pretty much you're around like-minded people who only follow you because you're their boss. No one really likes you because you're a piece of shit. The way you talk to people is horrible. You try to date my sister. You even he let not abuse. Pretty much the people around in his group harass my sister, and that's the reason why I was so fucking pissed. I was like ready to like let him beat the shit out of me so I could sue the fuck out of him. That's the reason why he let like a clique of girls like be able like annoy my sister, like get her in trouble every once in a while, and he'd let it slide. And from rumors, one of the girls was banging him, and I was like, what the fuck? And that's why I was pissed, and that's why I wanted him to punch me so I could like fucking sue the shit out of him. That didn't happen. I just messaged him all that shit, like, you're a piece of shit, this and that, and it went from there. And at one point, I texted one of the guys who was in his group, but at the same time, not really in his group. He was just there being a chameleon. And you know what? I'm not gonna like trash on anybody who like lives their life like a chameleon. Like, you don't want to be noticed. You don't want like any trouble. You just go out your life, do your job, go home, have fun with your family. I have no problem with you. I don't blame you for anything that happens around you, almost ever. It's just how people need to survive. And I'm okay with it. You can do as you want. I told him, and him, you were not close, but he knew that I didn't like the dude, and I messaged him. I was like, hey, I sent your boss a couple of shit posts. Tell me how he reacts. And then he reacted like, the dude's fucking pissed. The boss is like angry. He looks like he's about to throw a chair through the window. And I was like, oh shit, I got him. And I was like, and then from there, my contact with him was cut. I don't know what happened. I haven't heard from him since. But all I know is the boss was pissed, and like from my post, my message. And from there, like, I never heard from him again. Actually, I did hear from him again. His right hand man, I worked at an ice cream place, but like after it, as I was working at an ice cream place, I saw his right hand man, the boss's right hand man, get an ice cream from where I worked, and then he walked away with another old dude, and I was like, oh shit, this dude just piggybacked off of one guy to another. And then I heard from pretty much people who worked at the building there. So he worked in a big building, really big office building. I was like in the 22nd floor. Anyways, I had a couple people who worked there, and I had a little bit of contact with them, and they messaged me. They're like, "Hey, so your boss, the business, it went down." And I was like, "Oh, the business like got shut down." And he's like, "Yeah. The whole business like fucking got destroyed." And I was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "I heard he was making a bunch of bad decisions, and the people up top like just decided to cut him." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Hell yeah." Hated that dude. Yeah, this part is just me just fucking talking. But goddamn, I wanted him to punch me so I could fucking sue the fuck out of him. Sue the fuck out of the company too. It would have been amazing. The amount of money I could have made, amazing. Ah, thank God I don't work there anymore. It was terrible. I worked there. Terrible. I hated it. Ugh. But I think this is gonna be like the end of the part. I think I might just cut these parts out and just like make it as its own video. But that's what happened. God damn. That was like terrible. That was terrible working there. Let's get this done. Nope, there's two of them.
All right, stand back.
All right.
She didn't stand back.
Those things are kind of awesome.
There's one way to do it. See that? Get back. Come on.
I want to go grab another brick. I'll be hanging anyway, so I don't really care.
Just stay close.
Let's switch to a revolver. Come on. Let's do this.
Come on,
Kid. I don't know how I caught the leg so easily.
What just happened?
One of his little traps.
We want to build stupid traps. There, that fridge. It looks like that's a counterweight.
Okay.
Ah, damn. Hot diggity damn.
Cut that rope, and it'll bring me down.
On it.
How long does it take to cut that tiny ass rope? That knife is dull as fuck. Oh, I see.
Here they come. Just pinned on. Ellie, how's it looking?
Okay. Okay.
Ellie!
How long is that thing fucking taking? What? Okay, I took out a clicker.
Hey, time, Ellie.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm down.
You all right?
Yeah.
Come on, you can do it.
Here's some ammo.
Oh, thank you.
God damn it.
Come on. Cutting.
Hurry! Hurry, they're getting close.
Okay, got him. Oh shit.
Hey, over here! Ellie, they're getting close!
God damn it.
Over here.
God damn it. I hate clickers so fucking much.
Off of me.
Got him. Did they just shoot when I was trying to reload? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just got up.
Get off your ass and on your feet.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Which way? Alright, we'll cut through. Come on, here. Run, Ellie.
Come on, come on, come on.
Where's that goddamn key?
Behind us.
Bill,
What?
come on!
Oh, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in.
Bill, they're coming to the door! Fucking do it. Take them out. That's our only way through. Whoever stay back. Stay back!
Aw, fuck. They didn't do shit. Is the clicker dead? Oh, he's dead.
All right. Come on, we're almost there, boss.
Ooh. Survived it.
Oh, shit.
God damn it, they're coming over! Come on! We're getting through! Keep going, this way!
Come on, please, just climb through. Please.
Move, Ellie, move!
I'm going.
It's open, come on!
Go, go, go.
Man, that was close.
Oh, extremely.
Thanks for the heroics and all. Ellie. Hey, what are you... Joel?
Bill!
What are you doing?
Bill!
Let me go.
Turn around and get on your knees.
Just calm down a second.
Turn around
All right.
and get on your knees! Don't test me! Just
Take it easy.
any bites? Oh. Anything sprouting?
Oh, God damn it, I'm clean!
If I see so much as a twig. Ow! Stop! Son of a bitch!
You done?
Am I done? You come into my house, you set off all my traps, you damn near break my shooting arm. Who the fuck is this punk and what's she doing here?
I am none of your goddamn business, and we're here because you owe Joel some
Shut
favors.
the fuck
You
up.
start by taking these off.
I owe Joel some favors. Is some kind of joke?
I'll cut to the chase. I need a car.
Well, it is a joke. Joel needs a car. Well, if I had one that works, which I sure as hell don't, what makes you think I'd just give it to you? Huh? Yeah, sure, Joel, go ahead. Take my car. Take all my food, too, while you're at it.
By the looks of it, you could lose some of that food.
Listen to me, you little shit.
No, fuck you! You handcuffed me!
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Yeah, you need to shut the fuck up.
Whatever favors you think I owe you ain't worth that much.
Actually, Bill, they are.
Well, it don't matter because I don't have a car that works.
But there is one in this town.
Parts. There are parts in this town.
Meaning that you could fix one up.
All right. If I'm gonna do this, there's some gear I'm gonna need.
All right.
It's on the other side of town. Now you help me go gather it, and maybe I can put something together that runs. But after this, I owe you nothing.
That's fine. A couple of days from now, we'll probably be dead anyway.
Good. Follow me. Whole goddamn town's booby trapped. Best stay right on my ass.
Can't miss it.
Knock it off.
Yeah, knock it the fuck off.
All right. Whatever supplies you may want or need, I suggest you grab them.
All right, thank you. Ellie, take a look around, see if there's anything we can use.
Alrighty.
Take any of my stuff. It's alright. I don't need it. Fence note. Need to remember to clear the infected by the fences. Third time this month that too many of them were stacked up against the fence, knocking that shit over. Clear the fences. Well, that's gonna be the end of this video. Sorry about ranting for so long. I'm pretty sure like I'll just cut it out or like say like, hey, this is where to like move forward into the video. And sorry about being scatterbrained. I'm really sorry about that. It's been a while since I told stories to people. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.